All right, so it looks like a third person just came in. Hello. Hello, everybody. Toys, and looks like we have a third person in here as well. So, welcome. And of course, wait a few minutes to see who else. The StreamYard counter is saying one. So, YouTube said was saying three were waiting. So, um, yeah, there's something a little screwy there, obviously. Hey, Woody. Yep, that's up to two. So, at least now it seems like they're getting there a bit. And Toy is saying, "Hey, Woody." So yeah, I of course was talking to ATC here for a few minutes prior to the stream, chatting it up, telling me, um, I get well, how is your wife? Hopefully she's okay. Hopefully she's doing okay after the surgery. Woody, what about you? How'd your day go today? She's good. Okay. I'm quite intrigued by the Chauvin trial. Hmm. They gave her laughing gas and apparently talked about me a lot. That well, I guess she was going in to have a wisdom tooth pulled, so um, found a pretty good chat room to watch the proceedings with. And now we got three people watching according to the counter, so that's good. YouTube's still saying two. Is that now it says three? Okay. So yeah, I did read a headline on the Chauvin case where I guess the clerk who refused Floyd's 20, I guess, is now feeling guilty about it. Uh, Kind of stupid, but hey, that's cool, Woody. Yeah, so I pretty much did what I normally do with a slight changes here and there. Went out, got my energy drink, came home, watched through bits and pieces of Superman, Batman Apocalypse on YouTube, and then and watched my anime block, and then listened to some Anisan FM, and then got ready for the stream tonight, getting the news stories and all that together, and then shared and all that. So same old for me. Hmm. So ADC, were you actually? Did you actually accompany your wife to the dentist, or is she just gonna go on her own? Actually, the clerk was fine with eating the $20 loss himself, but the management decided to pursue a matters. I started watching the time I got resurrected as a slime season two. I was wondering because I don't know if you went with her and you happened to be sitting out in the waiting room while she was, of course, having her procedure done. If if they did use laughing gas on her, I was just kind of curious if you could hear her. But that's what I was kind of curious about. Right, I doubt very seriously they'd let anybody just wait in the waiting room for people they're with, especially with what's going on right now with COVID and all that. Uh, yeah. So let's see. So we're coming up on 6 minutes here. Um, yeah, she needed me to drive her home. What was she still? Was she like still laughing when she got out of the when she got out of the procedure? She's still laughing. I do kind of, the only times I've actually seen anybody affected by laughing gas was that one Family Matters episode where Urkel had gone to the dentist and they used laughing gas on him, and they said he was real sensitive to it. So, uh, no, she told me about it. Laughing, like, oh, okay, all right. Hmm. Well, at least right now, thus far, it looks like the count's pretty accurate, so that's good. Counter's being accurate now. Hopefully, it stays that way throughout the rest of the night. Yeah, so let's see. So we're coming up on 8 minutes. There's three of us here, so can at least kind of give you guys a preview of what's going down tonight for the news stories. Do have six of them prepared. Three from comics and three from anime. Let's see, including. Let me just take a quick peek here. See, the first one we're going to talk about, of course, is from Dynamite Entertainment. Apparently, they were having an artist, I guess, an artist working on a cover for James Bond, Agent of Spectre. They were censoring him. Artist Aaron Lopresti. Let's see. I know. I think Action Lab Comics, I believe, has some release information. DC had some information as well. We There's also going to be an article about webtoons. Let me see. So yeah, there's a few interesting things going on tonight. We'll get into here in a moment. Let's see. I think you see you just um yeah, she was wonky for 6 hours afterwards, a symptom of her being bulimic. Okay. Well, she does have her bulimia under control. I take it, right? No, everything's okay with her on that. As a reminder to myself here, just looking over my thing here. Yeah, so as I said tonight, I already went through the comic stuff a little. Aftershock comics actually is what it was, not after lab is aftershock comics. Also on the anime side, as I said, webtoons article as well as some information on Bakuman and 8686. So that's all that's on tap for tonight in the realm of news articles we'll be going over. Yeah, she's fine. All right. So anyway, so we're just past the 11-minute mark. So let's go ahead and get started here on the articles. There's only three of us right now. Let's see. Okay, read that already. Something else came in, but anyways, go ahead and do some screen share here. If I can find it. Okay, so yeah, so the first article we're going to look at is from Bounding into Comics. So 5 of the 6 are from CBR, but the first one we're going to look at is from Bounding into Comics here. So here we go. Artist Aaron Lopresti reveals Dynamite Entertainment required him to censor his cover for James Bond Agent of Spectre. Article is, of course, by Spencer Bakuli and done, of course, today in the categories of censorship and comic books. Let's see. Oh, let's get into this then. Veteran comic book artist Aaron Lopresti has revealed that Dynamite Entertainment required him to censor his original cover to James Bond Agent of Spectre in order to avoid portraying the eponymous secret agent as a sexist character. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Okay, first off, if they're getting bent out of shape over the fact that he's a womanizer, newsflash, he's always been a womanizer. He's always been kind of the guy who's kind of seduced the women. Oh man. Anyways, Lopresti, whose work includes stints on Justice League and Incredible Hulk, informed his viewers of the censorship during the March 20th episode of Aaron Live, the artist's self-titled and regularly held live stream. March 28th, which I think would have been Sunday, by the way. Um, Continuing the breakdown of his cover art history that he had been exploring throughout a number of the most recent live streams, Lopresti eventually turned to his cover for the upcoming third issue of Dynamite's James Bond Agent of Spectre series, um, which he noted to be a takeoff of, uh, in brackets, Jim Steranko's, I believe it's Nick Fury, Agent of Shield #4. Yes, here are the two. I mean, it would have made more sense if they asked him to alter the cover if they felt like they get busted for copyright or something like that. Um, but that would have made more sense rather than giving into this woke BS about him being sexist and all that. But Lopresti then revealed that despite the sheer quality of the work and the specific request by a Dynamite editor for the piece to homage Steranko, the same editor eventually demanded that the scantily clad woman to Bond's left be covered up. Oh, dude. Mr. Dynamite editor, you are an idiot. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. Say that with me 3 times fast, people. Dynamite editor, you are an idiot. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. Ah. James Bond has always had scantily clad women. Oh, poo. Now they're saying I've got one person viewing again. You guys here? ATC, Woody, you guys here? There's 2. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So, anyways, so here, let's go on with the article here. See the seeing a girl in the underwear. Apparently, the James Bond people getting all woke and all. Oh wait, yeah, okay, getting all woke and all. They don't want to show James Bond being a sexist character anymore. So why don't so they don't want any more girls in bikinis or underwears on the covers and all that kind of stuff, explained Lopresti, who then admitted that I meant that to be the editor's voice, not Lopresti's. I didn't, but but who then admitted that he is now being required to put a dress on her. I have to do that this week, he concluded. Photoshop a dress over her to cover her up. I guess you guys see it right here. Here's what they're talking about right here. And that's not really, yeah, she's in her underwear, but still, I mean, she's in her like bra and panties there, but still, that's not, she's got her back to you. It's not that bad. Ugh, these idiots. 86 and laugh out loud. Yeah, it is. It is laughable there. Hey, Woody, you still here with us, man? I see ATC's still here. Woody, you still here as well, man? Anyways, curiously, it appears that the Dynamite's editor's request came sometime after the cover was revealed to the public, as Lopresti's uncensored version appears on previews for the title at various outlets, including Amazon and Previews World. James Bond's Agent of Spectre #3, featuring Lopresti's soon-to-be censored cover, is set to release on May 5th, 2021. What do you make of Lopresti's James Bond cover being censored? I think it's stupid. I think it's another like woke BS crap, and I think he should consider not doing any more work for them. Work for try to either maybe look into getting his own comic company going or what have you, where he doesn't have to deal with all this garbage. So yeah. So anyway, so there's that. Comic news as we go down the. So, here's the next article we'll be looking at. Let me see if you guys have been responding at all. It's still showing two people. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. I know it is Wednesday too, so a lot of people. So Leto, Batgoat, and Anonymity will all probably be late anyways. No, I'm coming in, but all right. So here's the next article here. Aftershock Comics announces YA, which I believe means young adult, imprint Seismic Press. Aftershock Comics announces a new young adult imprint titled Seismic Press, which will focus on titles geared towards readers aged 12 to 18. Seismic Press. Okay. Now, I was unaware that 12 to 18 was considered young adult. I always consider young adult like college age, like 18 to 22, or even going a little for 18 to 25. But that's just me. But now they're apparently considering 12 to 18 young adult. Okay. Um, Aftershock Comics will be expanding its publishing line with the creation of a new imprint called Seismic Press. This line of books is intended for readers aged 12 to 18 and will begin with Rainbow Bridge from writers Steve Orlando and Steve Fox, and artist Valentina Brancati. Future books in the imprint will roll out beginning in 2022, including the original series from How to Train Your Dragon writer Richard Ashley Hamilton and author Ted Anderson, Orphan Age. So here, Rainbow Bridge right here. Here's the. Okay, that looks kind of like a Ben 10 ripoff. uh, Aftershock's mission has always been to push the readers out of their comfort zone and defy expectations, providing top creators and up and coming storytellers with an opportunity to tell their stories they've always wanted to tell in the way they've always wanted to tell them. Editor in chief Mike Martz said, with Seismic Press, our mission is to apply the same high quality approach to content, talent selection, and presentation, but extend to a much wider audience demographic. Comics retailers and bookstores alike have benefited from the explosive growth in young adults. Um, we're extremely excited by this opportunity to bring aftershock levels of excitement and engagement to the category. Aftershock Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing Steve Rotterdam. Rotterdam. That's an interesting name. Rotterdam. What is he? Is he from a dam that has been rotted? Um, added. True, the artwork style does have a Ben 10 vibe. Yeah. And granted, I know about Ben 10, but yet I don't really. I have never watched Ben 10. I've seen pictures of it or what have you, but I've never watched it. I still kind of got impression. So, anyways, moving on here. Rainbow Bridge, which launches this summer, focuses on a young boy named Andy, whose dog passes away just as he starts high school. Alone and lost, Andy visits Rocket's grave um, and accidentally summons the Rainbow Bridge that allows him to visit Rocket one last time. Now, Andy has to support Rocket on an adventure to find his um, lost littermate, while teaching Andy a lesson about self confidence. Does sound kind of like an interesting story. Aftershock first began publishing comics in 2015 and quickly um, made an impact with an impressive lineup that celebrated creators and critically acclaimed books. While the publisher has previously released books that fit into the young adult category, this is the first instance that the company making a formal effort to produce a wide array of content dedicated to younger readers. In addition to the new original content, Aftershock will be rebranding previous books that fit under the Seismic Press label, including The Lollipop Kids by Adam Glass. Adam Glass and Diego Yapur as well. Um, oh, wait. The Lollipop Kids by Adam Glass, Aiden Glass, and Diego Yapur. Okay, now I got it. As well, Oberson by Ryan Parrott and Milos Slavkovic. So there we go. That's that article. Let's see how we're doing on time and all that. See, and I'm back down to one person watching again. Hmm. I'm gonna try to reset this real quick here. All right, I'm back. Now we have two people on again. Um, yeah, just in case you wondered what just happened, I just tried to relink it there just to make sure that would be correct. So now we have two people watching again at least. So um, yeah. So anyways, so let me get all this back up again. And that was basically the third of the that was the third of the topics. So we're about halfway through already. So let's see. So now let's start heading over to oops. No, I didn't want to do that. And of course, CBR was a day late. They actually oh I may if there's time I may cover that one too. They had a they also had so I just saw one that just popped I guess just came in now since I started. So we'll see where we're at on the. Okay, so here's the first story of the anime ones that cover. Still, yeah, it would seem that it's just you and me right now, ATC. Hmm. Okay, so Bakuman, the shonen manga about creating shonen manga. This one was I kind of like the alliteration there as well as I thought this one was kind of an interesting one. I saw like the anime, only the first 7 episodes were actually dubbed, which was a shame. It was kind of an interesting anime, but so let's get into this. The beloved shonen series Bakuman highlights the trials of working in the manga industry, with its messages still resonating today. I recall, I think it came out sometime in the late 2000s or early 2010s, somewhere around there. But when you really I'm talking about the anime, of course. The manga may have came out sooner than that. So, anyways, when you really examine Shonen Jump magazine as a whole, you realize that in a way, this anthology comic publication is its own weekly tournament arc. Over a dozen different manga put out a new chapter every week. Um, and readers can um, will determine their favorites and give feedback um, through weekly surveys. The worst possible outcome is if a series is doing too poorly, then oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something. I think there was one more, and I'll go back to that after I read this article. I think I just did realize there was probably one more comic story, so I'll go back to that in a moment here. So I'm sorry, that was my mistake. Um, is doing too poorly. And the possibility of cancellation hangs over its head. This is the driving force behind Bakuman, a meta shonen manga about two young boys trying to create the best series ever to hit the pages of Shonen Jump. Bakuman began publication in Weekly Shonen Jump in 2018. Okay, so that's when the manga started. Written by Segumi Oba, illustrated by Takeshi Obata, the same brilliant duo behind the cat and mouse thriller manga anime Death Note. At first glance, it may seem odd for the duo to go from a suspenseful crime drama about justice, God complexes, and global paranoia to a down to earth story about two young men wanting to create Japanese comics. But when you really look at it, Bakuman was the perfect follow up to explore. Bakuman follows two 14-year-old boys, Moritaka Mashiro, and an apathetic illustrator who falls out of love with manga after the industry claims the life of his overworked mangaka uncle, and Akito Takagi, a talented writer who wants to create manga with Moritaka after discovering his ability. Moritaka promises he'll marry his childhood crush, Miho, after he makes a manga that can be adapted into an anime. And he and Akito um, become dedicated to creating the best shonen jump manga ever. I guess a bit of reality crossing into their world. Um, Off the bat, you can really feel the shonen manga formula bleed into this series, despite it not having any fantastical elements or magical abilities. Two young boys decide to enter a new world, Shonen Jump, they're unfamiliar with, where they'll need to put their blood, sweat, and tears into following their dream. Sound familiar? Bakuman takes everything we love about shonen growth, guts, and friendship. Again, I guess their point being that's a common theme in Shonen Jump, and we have seen that quite a bit. You look at Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Bleach, and applies it to the process of making those shonen comics, which gives it an authentic feeling um, as it's coming from two pro manga creators. Watching Mashiro and Takagi go from rookie creators to fully fledged pros within the pages of Jump is such an awe-inspiring story. You can't help but root for them. Again, a, same thing with a lot of with a lot of Shonen Jump properties. At par for the course with Shonen Jump. They don't always meet with success, though. They struggle and fumble at times. But those moments of failure give them opportunities to learn and grow as creatives. It takes 3 published one shots before the duo finally make a series suited to the readers of Shonen Jump. The editors are happy with their art quality and paneling, as the trial brings out the best in Takagi's writing and Mashiro's art. As the Bakuman story goes, we get a substantial amount of story arcs that shake up the lives of these budding mangaka. Mangaka, as I believe, is a Japanese word for like manga writer, manga artist, manga creator. Um, After Mashiro um, suffers from dehydration and exhaustion from the first weekly series, he must confront having their project go on hiatus when it's found he may need surgery. The series reminds readers that the life of a weekly manga artist is a taxing one and that can destroy the health of creators. I'm sorry, but could we speak to Takagi and Mashiro alone? Editor in chief, we see this followed up later on in chapter 130 on the day that Mashiro and Takagi's elementary school reunion. Now in his 20s, Machiro meets up with former classmates for the first time in forever, but there is a distance. All the other partygoers are making plans for beach and skiing trips, but when they ask Machiro to tag along, he says he needs the weekends to work on storyboards and can't risk injuring his arm. Despite having followed his dream, Machiro realizes he's never really experienced his youth the same way that most normal people his age have, and it's quite somber. Let's see. Um, I'm down to one person. 3 published one shots. Yeah. It's so freaking. Let me see if this. All right, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna redo this again here. So it's still saying that one person is watching. You guys still here? People still here? ATC is still participating in the chat. Well, now it's back up to two again. Let's get back to this. And YouTube now is saying that there's three people watching, so I hate how this thing's so screwy. Now we're back up to three on StreamYards as well. Okay. Still, after meeting back up with Takagi, the two reassure themselves that they are still happy, even if following their dream has consumed so much of their lives. It's a tender moment the two young men share as by the end of it they feel more motivated than ever to create a series that can rank higher than their rival Eiji Nizuma. Those same rivalries are also part of what makes Bakuman such a compelling shonen. You have the talented but unmotivated Hiramaru, who's under the iron fist of his editor, under the iron fist of his editor Yoshida. There's Takagi's old academic rival, Aiko Iwase, who's determined to prove she's a superior writer to Takagi through manga after he rejects her love confession. And of course, the manga making machine Eiji Nizuma, whom the boys have been competing against since their first days at Jump. All these characters are mangaka for one reason or another. Seeing the weekly battle for first place among the readers makes each of them feel as authentic, with no one being simple fodder for Mashiro and Takagi to surpass. That kind of got you going crazy. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be quite as crazy if let's say I had, you know, not just 1,000 subscribers, but 1,000 viewers as well, where even if it did look like it was going down a little bit, it wouldn't matter. It's like I'm still early on in this, so every viewer is important. I mean, it's always important, but you get what I mean. You know, it's it's like ah. So anyways, back to the article here. The only downside to Bakuman is an all too familiar shonen fault how it writes its female characters. Oh, here we go. While there is a good number of female characters in this series who are all likable in their own way, most, if not all, have motivations tied to love, which gets tiresome for after a while. Okay, so it's not a all right. I can see that point. Um, for example, Takagi's girlfriend, Kaya Miyoshi, never really gets her story beyond supporting Takagi and Mashiro, which is a shame because her personality brings a good amount of levity to the boys' wound up lives. Bakuman is a well told story but that would only take it so far as a manga, if not for Takeshi Obata's kinetic, stylish art. Look at any of Obata's color pages, and it's easy to see this is an artist who can bring out liveliness and vibrancy in even the simplest actions. He's able to bring out the best in terms of expression, as you can tell exactly when Mashiro is struggling with inking and completely in the zone, even if the dialogue was removed. Anyone with a love for manga and comics should give Bakuman a read, just for the in depth look into the powerhouse that is Shonen Jump. This is a series for artists and writers too, as moments of the characters dealing with imposter syndrome, writer's block, or being unsatisfied with their work all carry that genuine weight that any creative recognizes. Still, Bakuman is not a series that revels in misery. And when our boys do achieve victories, they feel earned as their dream suddenly feels just a little bit closer. So there we go with that one. And I got to go back to the comic section because I think I actually did skip over another one. Um, I get that YouTube disappeared over half my subs on the weekend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And usually people would be here by now. Ah, boy. But of course, this isn't just a YouTube issue. I've seen StreamYard is acting up too. I don't know. I'm gonna fix that freaking problem. Okay, so I gotta go back to the comics section again because I thought I was finished, but I wasn't. Oh, this is the other story I was gonna look up here. We're back up to two again. And we're at the 48, coming up on 49 minutes, so we've been making some good time here. I hope that goat's okay. Natalie told me he wasn't feeling well. Well, yeah, yeah. Now that you think about it, he didn't come in last. I don't think he came in last night because I didn't see. I don't think I saw him last night. Or if he did, he came in late. But um, and he hasn't come. Well, tonight's Wednesday. He's probably at trivia, but I might have to email him and see what's up with that. I don't think he's been here the last couple of nights. I don't think. Excuse me a moment. I'll be right back. All right, well, I'm back now. Let's see. Yeah, trivia. I bet his team bringing home the win tonight. Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, back to the comic section real quick here because I kind of skipped this third story here that I meant to put out there. DC Round Robin opens fan vote to select the next DC series. DC is hosting a round robin fan vote to determine its next comic series, with choices including Robins, um, Suicide Squad 7, and Lobo Animal Man. You see the logo for the round robin thing right there. DC will let fans choose an upcoming series through round robin, a fan vote elimination bracket tournament being held across social media. Well, what they used to do to like back in the '60s, what they used to do to determine if a series would get used is they preview the series and showcase. So now they're letting fans do it. Okay. The round robin tournament process will allow fans to vote for from a selection of 16 different story ideas in order to determine which will be brought to publication later in 2021. Fans can vote on the DC Comics Twitter page. Round one of the voting runs from March 31st, today, through April 7th. So basically a full week here. And the winners of that round will be announced April 8th, a week from tomorrow. Subsequent rounds will be held in the weeks that follow, leading to the final round of voting, which will take place from May 20th through May 27th on the DC Universe Infinite community page. I guess here's the bracket right here. Oh yeah, so I guess this is what the bracket looks like. Laugh out loud, Mike abandoned us. No, I didn't. I'm still here. Oh, oh, you mean when I stepped away? I had to step away to do a couple quick little things. So, anyways, back to the article here. The round robin tournament features stories from a wide range of DC's different characters. The left side of the bracket features the stories Green Lantern's Underworld on Fire, Etta Candy, Holiday Hero Incorporated, The Brave and the Bug, Crisis on Infinite Ambush. Oh boy, Ambush Bug. Uh, Zatanna and the King of Nightmares, Lobo Animal Man, Scorched Earth, Son of the Creeper, Justice League Queer. Oh God, and Robins. Ugh. Meanwhile, the right side of the bracket has Paws Off the Justice League, Jesse Quick Control, Blue Beetle Graduation Day, Night Runner, Love in Paris, Swamp Thing, A House of Secrets, Suicide Squad 7, Asteria, The Last Amazon, and Superman and Lois Ignition. Let's see. Laugh out loud. Each level of the round robin will unlock more information about the different story ideas. To start, each story was given a brief description and details on which characters will be involved. At the beginning of round 2 on April 8th, DC will announce the different creative teams and showcase additional promotional art. DC has stated that they will also be releasing one-page previews um, and eventually 10-page previews for later rounds, but they have not stated the specific dates for when those will be unveiled. DC will also be further detailing these potential books with a Q&A from some of the creators involved sometime in the future. EC is also promoting the tournament by showcasing 3 different sets of story ideas daily via their Instagram stories. Um, Beyond that, the publisher is encouraging fans to discuss their favorite story ideas on the DC Universe Infinite community page by offering up the rare DC Community Round Robin badge. These virtual badges will be awarded based on who has contributed to the ongoing conversation on the community page at the end of the final round. There you go. So there's that. Let's see. So yeah, we're up to 3 again. That's good. Hey Leto. Hey Leto. How you doing, man? Hey Mike, Toys, Woody, how are y'all? Hey Leto. Yeah. So anyways. Oh hey Toys, did you see that? The dislikes gone. I'm doing well. Hey Leto, I'm doing well. Look at that. The dislikes gone. Okay, so now we go back to the anime. Got a couple more stories there. Maybe I'll do one more in there too. Or I might just save that one for tomorrow. Could be one of the first ones I do for tomorrow. 86. Oh, yeah. 86. Yeah. Okay. 87. I'm doing well. Hey, toys. We're at the hour mark here. So we're 2/3 of the way through the main story. So 86 trailer, plot, release date, and news to know. Nothing is what it seems in the war torn world of 86, a hotly anticipated sci fi mecha anime debuting in April 2021. Based on the highly acclaimed light novel series by Asado, sci fi mecha drama 86 joins an already packed spring 2021 anime lineup. A story of war, romance, race and class discrimination, and child soldiers treated like livestock. This is not a series for the faint-hearted, but it sits near the top of many anime fans' list this spring. Here's all the major details and plot points, spoiler free, you need to know before diving in. Plot. The Republic of San Magnolia has been at war for 9 years. Their foe, the Empire of Jihad, has developed autonomous machines called legions that have dealt heavy losses to the Republic's military. This is until the Republic developed its own mechanized units called juggernauts to fight back. According to the nation's top leaders and politicians, juggernauts are likewise fully autonomous and fighting the war on their own, successfully stopping all human casualties. But this is a lie. Hmm. That's good. Was nice seeing uh, UA replacement yesterday. Laugh out loud. You slept through, through the show. Okay. So, let's see. Going back a little. Well, okay. I'll refresh and see if it changes. Seeing your got put the wife to work. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Mike, that dislike is still there. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Seemed to disappear there for a moment when I seemed to disappear for a moment, but I guess now it's back up. Oh, and it's gone again. It just disappeared again. How that it just went away. Yeah. Um. All right, buddy. I'll be heading to work right now. Be listening though. Okay. Drive safe, Little. Yep. Drive safe, man. Mike, the dislike goes away and comes back. Yeah, no kid. Mike, you got a lurker doing it. Probably at this point, yeah, I would say so. Um, but anyways, for whatever reason, we're down to two viewers again. Let's see. In reality, the Juggernauts are piloted by child soldiers called the 86. The Republic of San Magnolia is made up of two races: the darker skinned minorities called Colorada and the lighter skinned majority called Alba. Oh boy. Yeah, doesn't this just scream woke racism? Over many years the Alba scapegoated the mistreated the Colorado to the point that the minority race is considered subhuman. The republic consists of 86 sectors, with 85 comprised of Alba, and the Colorado vanished to the 86th sector. Ever since the juggernauts were developed for war, the children of many persecuted 86 families have been forced to pilot them and battle the Legion till they die. Protagonist Shin Nozen is an 86 captain and squad leader who, for reasons unknown, can hear the Legion's movements. Major Vladilina Lina Mirze and Alba is assigned to lead Shin and his spearhead squadron from afar as they do battle together. Um, the two have never met, but they developed a strong bond over time. As Lena comes to understand the full horrors of the Republic's treachery, and even more shocking secrets beyond. Here's, I guess, here's a trailer here. If you want to go see it on YouTube. See, the anime's first trailer depicts Shin and Lena's vastly different life situations on the inside and outside of the Republic of San Magnolia, along with the preview of the CG effects used in the war scene. Release date 8686 will be airing in Japan on April 10th, 2021 on Tokyo MX and will run for 2 cours. I guess maybe that's what they call seasons over there. Um, though they will be split rather than continuous. It is currently unknown where the series will be streamed in the West. News to know. 8686 is directed by Toshimasa Ishii, Mirai Anahana, A Flower We Saw That Day. Those are some of the other series that he's been involved with. The series is produced by A1 Pictures. Of course, A1 does, of course, Your Lie in April, with script writing handled by Toshia Ono, the Promised Neverland, and character design by Tetsuya Kawakami of Sword Art Online and Sakura Wars. Shine Nozen will be voiced by, and this is in Japan. This is in Japan. This is the Japanese voice actors. They still haven't. They still haven't, decided who's dubbing in the West yet. Shoya Chiba, from Haikyuu and Fire Force, while Vladilina um, Mirze is voiced by Ikumi Hasegawa from bottom tier character Tomazaki. The opening theme song performed by Hitorie is called 3 Bun 29 Bio, while the ending theme Avid is performed by Sawano Hiroyuki bracket into K bracket Mizuki. As of this writing, there is no word yet on an English dub for 8686. Oh boy. Yeah. So is everybody still here? Because on my counter's only reading 2 people now, but you know, I'm thinking Toys, Leto, Woody are all watching, I would think. Are you guys all here? I'm here. Okay, so now on to the last of the anime stories. Here we go. This one right here. Okay, so anyways, and we're past hour and 12, we're coming up on an hour 12 and a half here. So. Okay, so was set to be the last story of the night here. We'll see where we're at afterwards here. Um, Webtoons are a super accessible form of storytelling, and they're all available online thanks to platforms like Tapas and Webtoon. There are a number of ways to enjoy visual stories like comics and manga, with some people turning to the physical books and others preferring to read digital copies. There is also another route people can take with these stories, and that's through narratives released primarily online. Even when it comes to digital comics and manga, there, there's a handful of different ways to enjoy them, with this article specifically focusing on webtoons. What is a webtoon? Webtoon is the name of one of the most prominent platforms for these stories. A webtoon is also the name of the medium itself. Webtoons are visual narratives released directly online, and many are reminiscent of manga in terms of art style. However, there are also webtoons that feel similar to print comics. Plus, they differ from traditional comics and manga, both physical and digital, because they are not formatted like a book. Um, Instead of pages or horizontal strips, a webtoon is one long vertical strip, making it easy to read on one's phone. This is ideal since all webtoons are available online, and many webtoon platforms have apps to access their stories along with their websites. How are webtoons different from comics and manga? As mentioned earlier, webtoons are released as digital comics first, which is one of the main differences between them and physical comics and manga. While some comics and manga also have digital counterparts, they are usually formatted similarly to how their books are published, with the story broken up by pages. Meanwhile, webtoons are initially designed to be read on a screen first, whether it's a laptop, phone, or tablet. Um, Furthermore, webtoons are able to create a more unique reading experience because of the digital format. Some stories will incorporate animation, sound, and music along with a narrative, making these stories even more immersive. Let's see. Now we have some people here. Let's see. Oh, hi again. I dozed off there. Okay, that's where you went, Woody. How about Woody? I know the feeling. Ah, anyways. And Bat Goat's here. Hey, Bat Goat. Good evening, gentlemen. The current temp in Prince Lake, Minnesota is 30 degrees. Gotta poop. Be right back. Okay. Little TMI right there. Bat Goat. But hey, welcome to the stream, man. Hmm. Where to read webtoons? Webtoon, Tapas. There are a few websites one can turn to for webtoons in English. And this article will focus on two of the most popular platforms, with the first one being Webtoon. The stories here are available to those with or without an account for free. Someone has an account, then they can buy coins, which gives them early access to chapters that won't be available publicly till a later date. It also has daily releases for new chapters with a schedule for what's coming out each day on their homepage. Another prominent website is Tapas. Readers can enjoy many stories for free, but some webtoons have locked chapters. So users will have to pay for these premium chapters with Tapas Link, and the money goes directly to the creators, along with the comics. Tapas also has prose novels available digitally. Um, hey, Bat Goat, laugh out loud. Out loud. Hey, Bat Goat, make sure to thoroughly bless the house. Oh boy, a stinker, huh? Load a major stinker, huh? Oh, now it got up to 4 people. So, we got 4 people. We should have 5 though. But anyways, what webtoons to start off with? There are thousands of titles between these platforms, with each website including a list of the most popular series currently available and or a staff pick section. Along with the platform's recommendations, here are some great series to start with. For new readers who want something they may already be familiar with, there are a handful of webtoons that have been adapted to screen, like Crunchyroll's Nobilis and Netflix's Sweet Home. So for fans of those series, they can read the stories they're based on. These are both technically manhwa titles, but they are available on Webtoons, so they're a good introduction to Korean digital comics, as well as other Webtoons available on the platform. There are also some Webtoons that have already been published physically, like Heavy Vinyl. For fans of physical media, starting with the book is a great way to see if Webtoon stories are appealing. And if they are, they can look for other titles on the platforms. As stated earlier, many webtoons are similar in style to manga. So for fans of shonen, unordinary, unordinary could appeal to those who love My Hero Academia, given this webtoon's superpowered high school hierarchy. Meanwhile, Yuna and Kawachan is great for those in need of monster-filled apocalypse that is unlike the more edgy stories that have come beforehand. Let's see now. We have some more people coming in, even though the counter still reads only 3. Hey, thoroughly. Hey, just getting home. Going to grab a bite and listen in. Evening, everyone. Now we're up to 5. That's good. Hey, soon. Hope. Hey, Anon. Hope you're doing well. All good over here. How about yourselves? Yeah. Hold on a sec, Dad. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. My sister called me, so I had to go. She was gonna tell me. So let's see. So there were a few. All good over here. How about yourselves? Um, Glad I'm rested. Howdy, T2. Hi, Bat Goat. Hey, on. Leto 2. Hey. Um, Hoof Hearted took second in game 2. It was only 2 of us, so I'm happy with our performance tonight. Sounds like you had a good night there, Bat Goat. What's up, my bros? Um, Nothing much, Bat Goat. Just enjoying the night. By the way, Mike, say your town name correctly, or say my town name correctly. Prior Lake. Thanks. Oh, sorry. I mean, um, maybe I just didn't see it right, Bat Goat. It wasn't intentional. I wasn't trying to. Um, Maybe I just misread it or something like that. I didn't. It wasn't intentional. Prior Lake. Okay. I may just in glancing over it, just kind of half-assed it. I'm sorry, Batgoat. Didn't intend to screw that up. Toys. I got my toy. Thank you. I don't know who Frieza is, but it's rad. No, Frieza's from Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball. I'm playing Mike. Just kidding, as always. You're my bro. Well, yeah. While you were going through 30-degree weather today, back go here in SoCal, here where I live, it was 91. We got to a high of 91 today. So, eh, we're just beyond a week into spring, and we're already into 90-degree weather here. Anyways, back to the article here. For those looking beyond the action genre, slice of life titles like My Giant Nerd Boyfriend and Cassandra Comics are a good introduction to the more mundane yet sweet side of webtoons. There are also plenty of genre comedies that keep things low stakes while playing with fantasy. Um, for instance, Fangs brilliantly depicts a vampire and a werewolf's love story for a modern audience, and The Little Trash Mermaid has a dark sense of humor to it as the webtoon explores the life of a mermaid in a polluted ocean. Ugh. Of course, there are plenty of romance titles that to choose from with Lore Olympus, um, a reimagining of the Persephone and Hades myth being Webtoon's number one title. With so many titles to choose from, these are just a few places one could start as they explore the wide world of Webtoons. Alrighty then, so that's the last of the main stories tonight. We're already at the hour and a half mark here. Sweet bat goat laugh out loud. Oh dear, my snow tires would have melted off. Super cool, and I'm keeping it in the box. Gonna be 30 again tomorrow and maybe 80 by Sunday. We'll see. That's quite a shift for Minnesota. Hmm. Yeah, so we're already at the hour and a half mark. So cold front here too. Glad you like it. Uh, ah. So the counter's reading 3, but I think there's more like 5 of us in here. Let's see. Batgoat, ATC, Anonymity, it's 3, myself 4. I think Leto and Woody are probably still lurking, so we may have as many as 6 here, but hmm. I'm gonna try doing something one more time here, guys. I was doing this earlier. I may go off for my I'm astral projecting. Yeah, I'm gonna try one more thing here. So I may be off screen for just a moment. Be right back. 'Let's see if that helps with the count of it. It's still only saying 3 people, so but I think we got more participants in the. Participating. We have 5 people, 5 participants, but supposedly only 3 of us are watching. So just showed you how screwed StreamYard and YouTube are being. P.S. I may have gone shopping today. Um, Maybe to a craft store, trophy shopping. No, couldn't be. Trophy waifus. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I did peek in on Nick's stream quite a bit last night. I was waiting for him to talk about the SAC anime, and like one thing I forgot to mention yesterday too was another person who is involved with Funimation was Jason Liebrecht, who's also going to that con. Now again, why he hasn't really been involved in the as much of Vic stuff or Kick Vic or anything like that. He's a bit of a hard lefty too. So hope he should be claimable on your taxes at a whopping cost of $28 to the Bat Goat Corporation, minus $4 for the bag of Abba Jabbas. Um, I have trophy material and I have started construction. Um, eh, Hope you guys like it. It's so cool. Yes, and you'll get a chance to show it off on Friday when you present it to the LOL winner that night, huh? Oh wait, um, we'll see if the glue holds up. All right, so let's see now. So an hour and 30, and I know some of you got here pretty late. I know Anonymity, Batgoat, you guys got here pretty late. So um, we're past the hour and a half mark here. Um, should have done a time lapse and posted it to your channel, Batgoat. All right, so yeah, taking a few pics so far. Good idea. Um, yeah, so. So how's everybody doing? And I know I haven't said this much at all tonight, but I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. Um, so I do thank you guys for that. We actually had a dislike earlier, but then it disappeared, came back, and now it's gone. So uh, great. Like Tony the Tiger there, Woody. Good here, eating tacos. Yeah, doing good, Mike. Yeah, yeah. Well, because I have to admit, my sister just the thing that my sister was telling me earlier is that it has some chicken and stuff that's in the fridge. So I'm getting a little hungry myself. So, um, so I was thinking of getting ready to start winding down here. If you guys are ready for this day and age history, it's like we're at an hour and 30, almost hour 38 already. Um, so, and don't forget, of course, Friday night, Batgo night, we'll be doing comics history retrospective, which we'll be looking at June of 1937 then. So, need it up. Yay, history. Uh, all right, so let me just review some stuff here. 81, 61, 2001. Okay. All right, well, without any further ado, then, let's start winding down here and let's take a look back on this day in each history. Today being the final day of March. And before we get into that, Batco just said something here. Hey, you reminded me, I've got a sweet poke bowl waiting in the fridge. Raw tuna, baby. Oops, I mean history. Yeah, okay. Um, anyway, so today being Wednesday, March 31st, 2021, the last day of March, let's take a look back on this day, on this last day in March in history. And first off, we're going to go back 60 years. As on this date in 1961, Iron Mike DiBiase, the father of Ted DiBiase, the grandfather of Ted DiBiase Jr. and Brett DiBiase. On this date, back in 1961, 60 years ago today, he defeated Herb Freeman for the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship. On this date, back in 1961, 60 years ago today, Mike DiBiase defeated Herb Freeman for the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship in Portland, Oregon. This was a title that was defended in the Pacific Northwest, um, in the Pacific Northwest territory owned by Don Owen. So, anyway, so Mike DiBiase. Okay, so anyways, with that, sorry, my head's starting to spin here, probably from hunger pains or whatever. But anyways, um, on to the next piece of history. On this day in 1981, 40 years ago today, um, Archie the 305th issue of Archie went on sale in on this date back in 1981 on newsstand. Went on sale for 50 cents and was 32 pages. Included the Archie stories "Lady on the Job," "Dancing Boy," "Best Friends," and "The Stripper," and the Little Jinx story "Wheeler Dealer." All the Archie stories, of course, were by the by Frank Doyle, written by Frank Doyle. Penciling and inking were done by the DiCarlo brothers. I believe they're brothers, Dan DiCarlo Jr. and James DiCarlo. Lettering was done by William Yoshida, and Barry Grossman was doing the coloring. So, oh wow, I got to smoke PRV. Alcohol only is a mistake. I'm in. So, anyways, on this date 40 years ago, the 305th issue of Archie went on sale on this date. So, and one last piece of history, as it were, on this date 20 years ago today, um, the cartoon series Spider-Man Unlimited aired its final episode. Was canceled, going up against such heavyweights as Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon. But on this date, 20 years ago today, Spider-Man Unlimited was aired its final episode. So, with all that being said, I thank you guys for being here tonight, and I look forward to you guys. Um, and I do appreciate all the likes and shares. Um, and I thank you again. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.